Hello. I decided to make a video on the top 10 neglected crises in the world. 9 of them happen to be on the African continent. It's sad that so many people don't read anymore, and they wait for a video to come on TikTok or Instagram or Facebook or even see something on X, which is Elon Musk pushing some of the biggest misinformation in the world. A lot of Americans and a lot of Africans are supporting the close of U.S. aid. U.S. aid funded things all over the African continent and many things that are all over the world. It was not just aid to the African continent. And I don't understand why people don't give a shit about this. Even American citizens, which are called U.S. citizens, by the way, were getting grants from U.S. aid. And the fact that so many people are applauding this is mind numbing, but I digress. The top most neglected internal crisis in the world is Burkina Faso. I will get to them last. However, one of the second most ignored internal crises is Cameroon. Cameroon literally is having a civil war about language. It's called the Anglophone crisis. Anglophone means English speaking. The Anglophone speakers in Cameroon want to break off from the Francophone speaking citizens, which is French speaking. They want to split and create two countries, kind of the way Sudan split from South Sudan. However, this ignored and bloody war has gone on for so long and killed so many people. The numbers keep changing every day. There were so many people killed in 1 month, they had to have a mass funeral in a football stadium. Then you have the Democratic Republic of Congo, Niger, Mali, Honduras, South Sudan, Chad, and the Sudan Civil War. Again, why are these crises ignored and neglected? I have no idea. Burkina Faso has only received 37% of the funding that they needed. As a matter of fact, some of the agencies helping, like the United Nations, ran out of tents because there were 2 million internally displaced people. And to make things worse, people constantly go to social media and post videos and stories about Captain Ibrahim Traore, who is the interim president of Burkina Faso, but no one seems to care why he took over or anything. It is always Russia, 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 or France, France, France. Break off from imperialism. No one seems to care that Burkina Faso is the most terrorism affected country in the entire world. No one seems to care. They continue to post videos and images of all that he's done, which is amazing considering the poverty level and the neglect that France left Burkina Faso in. France, if you ever look at any countries that were colonized by France, most of those countries are some of the worst developed countries on the African continent, except for Cote d'Ivoire. The French happened to take a particular liking to Cote d'Ivoire, and they even took 1 million people from Burkina Faso and enslaved them and made them work in Cote d'Ivoire. That is why so many Burkinabe right now to this day live in Cote d'Ivoire. And oddly, again, something no one talked about, Cote d'Ivoire expelled over 170 people from their country and sent them back to Burkina Faso. Another thing not being reported is that there has been news that 200 to 300 Ghanaians have been fighting the troops in Burkina Faso. Again, something that is totally ignored. France pushes out propaganda, news, and negative fake stories about Captain Ibrahim Traore, and people just eat it up. This is why my nonprofit has been struggling to try to raise funds to literally go to Burkina Faso. These ignored crises are going to be starved for funding with the closing of US aid, and the fact that so many people don't seem to care that they do need extra help. Captain Ibrahim Traore is a soldier. He graduated from university, but first and foremost, he is a soldier. He has to fight all the insurgencies and terrorism plagued in his country. And even now, with the news that there are almost 300 Ghanaians that came from all over parts of Ghana fighting and killing his soldiers, his attention is on his military, which was named one of the weakest militaries on the African continent. The fact that no one seems to care shows that Burkina Faso is indeed going to be the world's most neglected crisis for the year 2025. If you care and if you have listened to this video and watched this video to the end, I'm praying that you go to lacyshouse.org or lacyshouse.com and donate to Lacey's House. I'm taking supplies, school supplies, pencils, books, book bags, anything that I can to children in Burkina Faso, many who have been displaced and out of school for years. This death and destruction has been going on for 6 to 7 years in Burkina Faso. So, if you care, please send a donation. If you care, please talk about it. Instead of sending pictures and posting images of Captain Ibrahim Traore, and like one woman did, she commented on how sexy and fine he was, which is haram. He's a Muslim man. That's really disrespectful. If you really cared, you would do something about it and stop posting on social media just about the development and how he looks. There are 22 million souls in Burkina Faso, and they are having the worst time keeping insurgents out of their country because countries like Ghana and Cote d'Ivoire have been giving refuge to these terrorists. Please, use social media wisely and help instead of hurt. Thank you.